the fire gone? Where the fire gone? Where the fire gone? Power, where the fire gone? Where the fire gone? It seems like everybody get caught up in the freaky life for them I love. You know see them now plan, not no boy. If I no grave, the earth no dead. And they look like woman of virtuous no more in a them your time. When them love you can bed. Miss a gal advertise somebody parts line. Or something where you put up on fridge. Now see no more fire burn boy. That's why I be a blood I run boy. Now see the youths with the Marcus Garvey booking at them hand, but them finger full of gunpowder. Oh God, and where the fire gone? Where the fire gone? Where the fire gone? Render your heart and not the clothes so you put on. The most high powerful than any firearm. Oh God, where the fire gone? Where the fire gone? And where the fire gone? Render your heart and not the clothes so you put on. Over your bonfire, find love in a Babylon.
Greetings and welcome to Jesse I Interviews, recorded as always on the unceded lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Eastern Kulin Nation. Respect to the traditional owners of these lands, their ancestors and descendants. This episode features an interview with the Rasta singjay I Octane from back in July 2012. I recorded this one at Buju Banton's studio in Kingston at a time when Buju was still incarcerated in the US. His son Marcus Myrie was the boss of the studio at that time. He was kind enough to let me work from there for an afternoon. We also voiced some nice dubplates with I Octane after this interview, as well as an interview and dubplates with Ja Vinci, who met me there as well. As always, I'm presenting this interview totally unedited. There is one question in there that I always regretted though, which is a comparison to the artist Teflon. I always thought early Octane sounded like Sizzler, not Teflon, but the people I was staying with on that trip in Jamaica said that they thought Octane borrowed his style from Teflon, which was why that was in my head at the time. Octane clearly did not like the comparison, though he was polite about it. I think they had some kind of beef or falling out in the past. Anyway, here we go. Jesse I Interviews I Octane, July 2012.
Cash flow, yeah, Neil, has me lies. Evil me back up on me doorstep. Shots of fire, give thanks, I still a blow breath. The jam me in the shop, in the hole where the foe said, it make me no know that. So, thank you, Father, thank you, Father. Oh, yes, I thank you, Jehovah.
You good?
Yeah, man.
Cool. So the program is called Babylon Burning. The station is PBS FM. My name is Jesse I. I've been doing the program for 15 years.
FM.
PBS
Babylon
FM.
Burning.
That's it.
Jesse I.
So if you're ready, we're good to go. All right. So right now I'm here at Buju Banton's studio, Gargamel studio in Kingston, Jamaica, sitting down with I Octane. Thanks for joining us here on Babylon Burning.
Yeah, man. Give thanks. Babylon Burning. Keep the fire blazing. Yes. Give thanks to life, you know?
Blessed love. I always like to start my interviews at the beginning. I'd like to know where you were born and what life was like for you growing up as a youth.
Well, as the world know that I'm a Jamaican, you know, but to be more specific, I was born in Clarendon, you know, that is a parish out of Kingston, so it's Clarendon, you know, and, you know, school life for me, back then life for me was very hard, you know, very family oriented, but poverty was like the sixth child in the home, you know, poverty live amongst us and grow with us. You know what I mean? But as I said, I was very family oriented, so we not even know that we was poor. Was very poor, but you know the love amongst me and my brothers and sisters was, you know, was great, and single parenting. So the life was very hard. Journey was very hard. You know what I mean? My mother couldn't afford to send us all of us to school one time. You know, so it's from there. You know, the journey continued to now.
Right. So what about in terms of the music? How did you come to be involved with music?
Well, that's how music become a part of my life because from ever since, you know, I always loved music from school days. You know, I always loved penny concerts, you know, represented the penny concert in my school days. And, you know, as when I say poverty, you know, in the slum when you have sufferation, you know, youths liable to become a gunman or something more creative or a footballer or a musician, you know, it's, you know, sufferation make you express yourself in different ways from the slum, and music is one of the main medium which we use to express ourselves. So that's how music come along. Even before I knew that I'm gonna pursue a career in music, I always love music. I always love sing and just hold my own vibe within myself.
What about in terms of the recording industry? What was the first studio that you went to?
Well, I went to a lot of local studios, but to be more up to date, I went to Penthouse Recording Company, and I started there. Then I started to link with Mr. Dre, his studio, back then people know him as Goofy. And I linked with a few producers, Arthur Whale, a few producers back then, but Penthouse was the home base for me.
Okay.
And I started with Donovan Jermaine. That's how I know Butcher Berries, Yeah.
So how far back is that? In what sort of year was that we first went to Penthouse?
A couple of years well, because I started music very young. When I was like 15 after I leave high school. I never really get the chance to go to college. But instead of to be a non-progressive element, I try to occupy my time with something that I value, which is music.
What about in terms of your style? Because I have some 45s from before you bust where, like, there's one in particular, I can't remember the name of it right now, but when I heard it, I'm like, damn, that sounds like Sizzla used to sound back in 1996, 97 with Praise You Jah and Black Woman and Child, a different sort of Sizzla. But then, it was different still. There's some other records from that time remind me a little of Teflon maybe, but then the I Octane style just developed a bit different from there. How did you sort of come through the different styles?
Well, I don't know about Teflon still, because Sizzla is the better
comparison.
Yeah, because most Sizzla is my favorite artist. Them type of Sizzla back then, Holding Firm, Black Woman and Child.
Right.
So I don't know about Teflon because Sizzla inspire all of us. So him more sound like Sizzla more than me. So we come to the same lineage, so we have similar styles. But to be a name, a old soul artist like me, like right now, current, people have to inspire you, and then you have to develop your own sound, so people can differentiate you from others. So them really, Sizzla really play a great role. But after a while, I try to develop my own style, my own method, so people can say, oh, that's Octane, and don't, mix up the two sounds.
Yeah.
And along the way, you learn more things. You learn better writing skills, and then you learn to write global songs, because music is not just for your friends them for the corner. You have songs where the people them in Jamaica will love, and those songs stay in the 14 parishes within Jamaica, or maybe in the Caribbean, but you have songs that go global. So you write different songs, cause back then I just do mostly one job songs, but as I grow, I learn along the way to sing also on dancehall, because dancehall is also an offspring of reggae music, same way. But basically I just like to keep everything positive, but it's good to have a wide repertoire.
Well, I've been following your music ever since those early 45s. But last time I was in Jamaica was 2009, and we were staying on Malines Road, and there was a little shop across the way, and the part, Mama used to hustle around Coronation Market.
Us around a Coronation Market. No said rope because she talking. Load from Mama baskets, turn her neck and know it market.
They pull it up about 30 times in a row. We heard nothing else for half an hour. And when I got to Jamaica that time, I was surprised to hear I Octane everywhere, because we'd been following you, but we didn't actually realize that you had bust so big in Jamaica at that point.
Yeah, man, because Octane been the number one underground artist in Jamaica for about 4 years before I get established to the mainstream. Because in Jamaica it's hard to get established on the radio, or to be a old soul name in reggae music, because you have new artists each, thousands of new artists daily, plus other people want to come into reggae music, so it's compact and jammed. So you have different ways, like to be a street king first, You know, so every old soul, every name in Jamaica, every home in Jamaica have a I Octane CD. So people listen to Octane out of radio. So people grow with me. So whenever I get a one song on the radio, people already know songs from Octane already. So it's the longer road, but it have a solid foundation whenever the talent is discovered.
What about Rastafari in your music? It seems like in the music industry today, the Rasta artists are less common than they have been in the past.
Okay, well, most artists who say Rastafari, them not really, into Rastafari. Them just do it for fashion and style still. But I don't put religions in my songs still. I don't really preach religions. But I deal with life, upliftment, sing about the Almighty Himself. As what I say, I'm not only singing for the black nation, I'm singing for the world itself, You know what I mean? And people praise different, call the Almighty different names, But people are accustomed to the Lord, to God, to Jah. You know what I mean? So everybody know that I embrace Rastafari, Kingston, but me's a youth more, when me I sing songs about Haile himself and just make it more global and just say Jah, so people can relate to what I'm saying, because I want the music to go across. Just like Bob Marley, you know what I mean? Bob Marley is a man who do world songs, Him not does selfish and do songs with him alone. So people from all walks of life can relate to him.
Well, following your music, you've made that transition, as you mentioned, from the one-drop rhythms more in the dancehall in recent years. And when the dancehall, it's so easy to get a forward through gun lyrics and those kind of tunes, but it seems to me that you've made a conscious decision to steer clear of that kind of music.
Yeah, man, everything what I do, me choose to sing all of the songs that I sing. You know what I mean? So all of the songs that when me sing, I choose to stay positive, no matter which rhythm. If it's a dancehall, calypso, anything, I just try to stay positive. I could sing anything on the rhythm them, call me write my songs them. But even if I sing a dancehall girl song, I try to stay positive within the guideline of the brand Octane itself, You know what I mean? So people can still feel appreciated, because oftentimes the artists them start off one way, then, make this drastic change and the fans them can't keep up with that.
Another theme that I've noticed in your music is there's a lot of lyrics talking about fake friends and backstabbers and people who you can't trust. What has led, why is this such a prevalent theme in your music?
Well, those songs is like a year ago, because I don't really sing about them things more so again still. But, more time, them thing there, well, very current in the world itself. When you become successful and established to the world, people want your space and want to get your success, but them don't want to do the work. You know what I mean? So I always try to highlight certain things so people can also look within them circle, because the fight always come within your circle. Not your enemies, because you're always looking out for your enemies, but who's close to you. Always try to throw you off track. So you have to make them think they be known to people that your surrounding is the most dangerous place you can be at daily. So you have to be careful, you know what I mean? And everything will have a mind of its own. You have to be precise of what and how you approach, because it have a mind of its own. It might just change rapidly. You have to be precise about that. So I always just try, to make people, stay on track. Yeah.
So what's coming up next for I Octane?
Well, what's up next for Octane? A whole heap of things. We have a whole heap of new songs recording now, coming out. We have a whole heap of hit songs right now, out currently right now, doing on well. We have England coming up, Africa in the pipeline, a whole heap of things, Caribbean shows, Yeah, right now, can't complain. I just more acting. Right now we just shoot new videos and all them things. So just more of them things there right now.
All right. Well, where do you get the name I Octane?
Yeah?
Where'd the name I Octane come from?
Well, the name Octane come from describing my character. I'm a very energetic individual pertaining to music. and you know, you have to have a name to represent a character, because we could you know, whenever I'm performing, I'm very energetic. People always say, off stage you're calm and relax and, you know, reserved, but when you go on stage, it's like a transform. So I always listen to that and try to find a name to represent that type of energy, what, you know, which Octane bring. So that's how the Octane come about. I went to the dictionary, points up on the word Octane, read the definition for Octane. It means high energy, high performance. So I just took the Octane, add the I to it. So, you know, I myself, which is my character, is energetic. So.
See. All right, I Octane, to wrap things up, is there a message you'd like to pass on to the fans back in Australia?
Well, Australia, I hope to come to Australia one day soon. You know, and the flight long, but I don't mind. Yeah, and just big up to everybody, you know, who represent reggae music and who represent life. And don't forget the Almighty. Nothing above the Almighty. You know, with everything you do, just try to put the Almighty within that, what you do. You know what I mean? And just love yourself, love your brother. Blessed love.
Yeah, man. All right, give thanks. We appreciate love the time here on Babylon Burning.
My respect.
Blessed.
All right, that.
Yo, Elvis, we love the vibes. It's sick. Yo, me a call for us, you know. Yo, Biggs. First thing, stop at gas station. Full up the tank to stop a condom, real Jamaican. Sharp in the Asian. Then we party all night, just like we are Asian. Cause we love the vibes. When we are touching at the street with the four pretty gal them. We love the vibes. When gal a bubble and a wine with them close pretty pan them. Yeah, we love the vibes. We love the vibes.
I Octane speaking to me from Gargamel studio in Kingston back in July 2012. Big thanks to my patrons on Patreon, the Don Armageddon Time, the Real General Empress Irie, my Idrins Mr. DC and Tom Tanaki, and Michaji DJ Pablito. If you enjoy the podcast, please think about becoming a patron at patreon.com/Jesse_I_interviews, or just like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for listening. Eyes is every time.
So I'm in a chant down sound, I'm in a Jesse, I'm in a Ross Crucial. For me the voice, I'm I Octane, I'm say yo, Australia, Melbourne, keep the fire blazing. Hot, come on, compromise, still say I live and reign, in the heart of all flesh. I'm in a Georgia. I'm in a man, Jesse. I'm in a Jesse. Of course we have enemies. Of course me have friends, yeah. And of course me have family. But Shadow, we tell them so not close to we like the most dying. Tell about Cha-cha. Not close to us crucial like the most dying. Hey, tell about Cha-cha. Hey, Cha-cha, me I walk with you. Shadow, I talk with you. We tell you we not let you go. Cha-cha, me I walk with you. Jesse, I talk with you. We tell you we not let you go. Yo, can there is smart life than money. More life than fame. So if I don't sell my soul for earth, me have more in a science for gain. Crucial put him life in the hands of the Father. Yo, him a pump the blood to that. Me know me need food and me know me need shelter. Hear me not shut down. Ain't none of them no frightened word now. All them off and them a puff and them a go on like them rough, so them no frightened word now. When them come around and hear me no just see how them fooling. So now them hear that sound for that. So shut down and bust up plates in them murder. Jump on some bunny seal road. Hear me no just see how you think them sin of blood or need. So now dead yet. You think them start bust that cold sweater. Hey, so now go dead in a days full of me dance. Till crucial sound the trumpet. You think them sin of blood or need. So now dead yet. You think them start bust that cold sweater. Hey, so now go dead in a days full of me dance. Hear me not shut down sound. We tell them this way. Shut down us around a coronation market.